Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Retro Gamers Podcast, episode number 280. Larry here.
And Anthony here.
And what is going on? How are you?
Oh, I don't know.
Have you beaten X-Men?
Yes.
You have? Excellent.
I have. Actually, last night, couple of my friends came over.
Oh, cool.
We were hanging out and they saw the arcade. They're like, yeah, I forgot you bought that. And I'm like, yeah, you want to play? And they're like, yeah, we just played through the whole game.
25 cents each, please.
25 cents. Do you know how many continues they used? I would have been up like $20.
What? You know what? Let me ask you a question. Like, did you get, was it 4 of you?
There were 3 of us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so maybe not, so it wasn't as crowded around the cat, because that's a smaller cat. Remember, these
it's
arcade
snug.
one-ups.
Yeah, it's
okay,
snug.
fair enough.
Because my 2 friends, they were standing next to each other, as they should, their husband, wife. But they were like, there's not a lot of room. I said, well, yeah, I go, it's a smaller cabinet. So, but yeah, so, but it still worked out okay.
Cool.
Which was nice. The only thing I have to lament about it is I think one of my friends won, like we finished the game, we beat Magneto, and one of them was Dazzler. And I'm like, you're not supposed to do that.
Now we got to do it all over again.
You're not allowed to beat the game with Dazzler.
Who was the one in the cartoon that they made just to kill off in the first episode?
Oh, Morph.
Did Morph ever come back?
Yeah, he came back. No, he came back at the beginning of season 2.
Oh, did he? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I forgot.
And he was they actually used him at like in a few episodes, and he was in the series finale actually.
Oh, okay, cool.
So yeah,
the series finale for now.
For now, correct. It is coming back.
So very cool. I'm glad you enjoy your arcade one-up.
No,
so that's
lot of fun. I was really, because I was sitting here for 2 weeks, and I'm like, am I actually going to play through it or what? Like, what am I going to do? Now I got to play through Avengers.
Yes. Yes. Let us know how that one goes.
Yes.
All right. Very, very cool.
Yep.
So I just want to show up something before we get started. I mentioned last week a little slow on the button here, but this past birthday I gotten some cool stuff that I'm kind of showing off. There's only like 4 in total I'm showing, so trust me, it's only like this month. But some like really cool presents that I've gotten from people that are like very like thoughtful and interesting. And this is another one I want to show off. And trust me, as you can see, they're getting cooler and cooler. My buddy Mario, who's been on the show before. Not Mario, but our other Mario.
It's me.
Whatever his new voice is going to sound like. If we ever get to the movie.
It's a me.
So long story short, this is pretty cool. Out of course, he knows my love of my favorite video game series of all time.
Ooh.
So I got a very cool Contra action figure.
Nice.
Bill and Lance.
Wow. Arnold and Sylvester.
Yes, basically. So very cool detail there.
Very nice. Oh wow, they look angry.
And this is they're always angry.
I know.
And this is from that same company, NECA, NECA.
Yeah.
That also made like the NES Jason.
Which I have.
I think you have one, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you have the front. Yeah. Oh yeah, there is.
It was the Comic-Con exclusive.
Your bottom corner there.
Yeah, here it is. Yeah. And he's shrink wrapped still, but
oh, okay, fair enough.
He's the purple.
Yep.
And blue. Yep.
Very cool.
Yep.
Yeah. No. Very great. High quality.
Makes really cool stuff.
They do. So so thank you very much, Mario, for that one. So that one I truly love. So
very nice.
Show that off. And also it comes with here, if you can see, it comes with like the spread gun.
Oh, that's really cool. So if you display it.
Yep, the machine gun and the little the thing.
Does it open up? Probably.
Yeah, it does. I didn't open up, but it does open up.
I mean the little the little piece. Does it open up and tell you what you get?
That would be amazing. And then like I get the blue thing and I'm blinking now. I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. It's like, oh man. Or it's like, who gave me the fire gun?
Hey, fire gun is actually underrated in Super C.
Is it? Okay.
The fire gun is terrible in Contra because it's like that weird looping one.
Yes.
But in Super C, it's like a ball that when it hits, it spreads out. And actually, I always use it on the last level, and that's how I beat the game. So yeah, if it was the laser, Trust me, yeah, I'd throw it out. So
Now, see, now to me, the laser gun, we're going to get in
really,
a contra debate.
yeah, why not?
Yeah, the reason why I liked the laser gun is because it would slide through multiple enemies.
It would, but if you're trying to if like me, where rapidly hitting the button a lot of times,
Yeah, well, that's the problem with
or at
button
least
mashers.
in Contra, I don't remember if it did it in Super C. Now that I think about it, but in Contra, if you kept hitting the button, it kept like resetting the laser.
Yeah, you had to
So
press
you get,
it and let
yep,
it
and
go
let it
through the
fly.
screen and wait.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a testament to patience when you were playing. If
Which
you had a laser gun,
I
which as kids we don't.
had and nor have
Right.
currently. So,
But I do have a respect for the lasers, especially when you're fighting final enemies, because if you would hit them, you would hit them like 5 times with one
true.
laser shot. So
It is a very powerful weapon, but
yes.
okay, yeah, I gotta go back and double check that one. But yeah, no, no, no. Next
Yeah.
time if you play through Super C, don't early in the game I would pass on it, but if you get near the end of the game, definitely pick up the fire
Right,
weapon.
fair enough.
So
Nothing takes the place of the spread gun though. I mean,
oh, spread
yeah.
guns is the greatest. You know what? I mean, it's probably the greatest gun in all of video gaming. I'm going on record on saying that.
Well, you're going on record without doing any proper research. So
I've done my
that sounds
42 years of research.
That sounds like you.
What? Just it's not like
just
I'm reading.
Just out of the blue. You know what? The spread gun is the best gun in all of video gaming. Period. How do I know this? Because I do.
I've played enough games. I would say so. So
better than any gun you've ever gotten in a side scroller, because you play all the side scrollers.
Well, not just a side scroller, but look, I would say
shoot them like Gradius.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's tough with those because there's not too many like special weapons in those. They do. You have your laser, you have your ripple. You got some cool like with the options. I'll just call all of them options when you get like the connectors and everything. Yeah. But the spread gun is just something about the spread gun, especially in Super C because you upgrade it.
Yep.
Just something about it that just it's lasting the test of time. Mm-hmm. Maybe a close second, and it's not even a side scroller, but a close second would be the golden gun.
Okay.
In GoldenEye, because that's one shot, one kill, but still.
Yep.
So I don't know. All right. You're gonna make me do a little bit of homework, but no, I'm. Good. No, I'm sticking to it.
Do homework for a change. It'll be the first time you've ever done homework in your life.
I hated homework then. I don't want to deal with it now. All right, we'll look into it. But right now, I'm saying spread gun is probably the greatest gun out there. So, and this kind of reminds me again, just real quick, and it's retro related. I was in the deli the other day. Getting food.
How old is this deli?
It's been around for a while. It's been around since I've been here. No. But we just there was the guy behind the counter and a younger girl working there. Not younger, in her 20s. Yeah. So which at this point is younger.
I was just about to say that's young. That's younger to us now. Yes.
Actually, and now all these stories are rolling in. Anyway, so I was talking to the older gentleman. And we were just talking, and I forgot how it came about, but we were just kind of reminiscing about it's like the 25th anniversary of AIM, AOL Instant Messenger.
Ooh.
Or something. It's weird. It's not the anniversary of AOL.
Right.
It's like because everyone's been posting, oh, what was your original screen name? Or what was your AIM screen name? Now, again, this is like a younger generation who I think was used to just the standalone.
Just AIM, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Where we had AOL.
We had AOL. Mm-hmm.
And it was so everyone's reminiscing, what's your original screen name? And I know I'm throwing this at you real fast, and I'm totally going off script of everything. But what was your original screen name? Do you remember?
Matsusu.
Oh, you've had that the whole time?
I literally, when I signed up with America Online in '96, I guess it was, they were like, "Come up, create a name," and I'm like, "Okay." So I literally remember because I was like, I just want to make up something like a word.
Yeah.
So I made up Matsusu, and I thought nothing of it because I'm like, again, at the time, it's not like I could do research online for like a cool name with a cool meaning. Yeah. So I was just like, "Ooh, I'll just make up Matsusu." I was like, so I did. And I've had it ever since.
Wow. Okay, fair enough. I've probably gone through about 4 or 5.
Well, I remember there was like a bookstore outlaw.
Yes, BSO2K.
BSO2K. Yes,
BSO2K was one, and I had Mitzi, MSTIE, because of my fandom of Mystery Science Theater.
Yes,
they're called Misties. But So long story short, we're talking about all this stuff. Then we started talking about AOL, the dial-up noise, all this stuff. And the girl behind the counter is just like, I don't remember any of this. And we're like, and it was like one of the truly first times in my life. Now I've gotten when I was a kid, whatever, like, oh, that was only like 10 years ago. But this was the first time I went, oh my God, I'm knocking on death's door at this point. This is how old I am in my head. I felt so old.
You haven't gotten there yet?
Like, not to this point.
I get there whenever I like turn on the radio and I hear like current, like whatever the current station, like, the top 40 hits, and I start listening to them and I'm like, okay, literally, I don't even say anymore like this is garbage. I just say, oh God, I'm old. I'm like, that's what I say. I was like, because I relate to none of this. Please send me over to, 101.1, the oldie station, which is now playing Britney Spears.
Yeah, no. I hear you.
Like, put a bullet in my head.
It was like in, what was it, American Reunion? When they're like, all right, let's turn on the oldie station, and they're playing Wannabe.
Yeah. Yeah, but now we've even gone past that. Like, I'm not kidding you.
No,
like
true.
Britney, NSYNC, Christina Aguilera are all considered oldies. And I'm like, that makes me feel terrible.
But like I've experienced some of this stuff every now and again, and my body reminds me every day. But it's just like, that was like the first time I really went, ooh, I really am in that category. Then there was another conversation I had last night where we were talking about something, and I was like, someone goes, yeah, the older generation. I'm like, bro, we are the older generation now at this point.
Yep.
So, but now let's continue with a podcast, talking about a lot of stuff from our youth from years ago.
I was going to say, now that we've depressed ourselves, Larry. Okay, so in the almost 6 years that we've been doing this podcast, Larry is just starting to feel old, even though everything we talk about is like 20 to 30 years old as it is.
Listen, you tell me what's 10 years ago, and I have 2 seconds to answer. I'm saying the 70s. So that's where I'm at.
And you are incorrect. It was the 90s.
If they remade Back to the Future now, it's the 90s.
That's
okay.
Right.
So that's where we're at. In any event, that's how I base my life now.
That's right.
See?
Oh, that hurts.
That's how you base your life.
Yeah.
If they remade Back to the Future,
I'm going back 30 years to 1992.
30, yeah, that's the gauge. I live the Back to the Future gauge.
No.
So when we get to 2030, if we're still doing this podcast and it's 2030,
well, we've already proven though that the Back to the Future thing doesn't work because we don't have our flying cars. We didn't get our flying cars in 2015. We didn't get our hoverboards. Okay, we basically got shafted. So thank you, Steven Spielberg. And Robert Zemeckis.
And Robert Zemeckis. He's just as equally.
But yeah, all right. Well, both of you are evil.
Well, at this point, that's a lot of reminiscing, a lot of feeling old. So now let's talk about a situation where it involves being old to go into something.
Yes. You know what? Look, today's all about celebrating old. Okay.
Here's another gauge to tell that we're old. Eminem just went into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Okay. I got his first album in college.
That's just not fair.
On so many different levels, but whatever.
Right,
well, actually, no, I like Eminem.
All right. Well, anyway, before rigor mortis sets in, I swear, this episode is actually about celebrating.
It is
celebrating some. Again, we talk about retro all the time. Today, we're here to celebrate some old stuff because this week, the 2022 Video Game Hall of Fame inductees were announced.
Yes.
The official games going into the Video Game Hall of Fame, joining some of the most iconic video games in history. Stop it, cat. I've got a cat galloping around my apartment like a horse. And now
ironically enough, there's a mini pony behind him.
And now he's meowing. Jeez. But anyway, so the Video Game Hall of Fame 2022, there were 4 inductees this year.
Oh, really? That's okay.
Yeah, I think how many were nominated? I think it was 11 or 12.
Something like that. It was a few of them, yeah.
Yeah, there were about 11 or 12 nominated. Of the 12, 4 got in.
All right, fair enough.
Or however many got nominated.
Now, I know of one.
Nine were nominated. My bad.
Oh, okay. Still a lot more.
Yeah. Year inducted. Oh, wait, what am I? Hold on.
Oh, you're looking at the wrong thing.
I
Well,
might
while
be,
you're doing
I,
that,
I might be looking at the wrong thing because it does like it's showing the inductees now. It's not showing who got nominated.
oh, that's all right. Don't worry about that.
Yeah,
There was definitely a bunch of them.
there were a bunch of them. But anyway, these are the lucky four that got in. We can talk briefly about each one, but do you want to say something before I announce them?
I was just gonna say, like, actually, normally it's funny enough when we do this, we actually usually Anthony doesn't know, so like we get Anthony's actual reactions, natural reactions to all this.
Oh, that's true.
So we got this flipped around a little because I forgot they were doing it. So Anthony knows it. I know of one only because they posted. I saw the postings on Twitter and stuff, but I don't know the other three. So I'm excited about this. So let's get into it.
Yeah, and all of the news articles I kept running across kept highlighting one specific game.
Exactly.
But anyway, let's get to the four. And the first one we're going to throw out there is Sid Meier's Civilization has been inducted into the Hall of Fame. Right. Again, not a game I'm that familiar with because I've never played one, but it has existed since 1980.
Oh yeah, it's been around for a while.
Yeah, the very first Civilization was a strategy board game, actually.
Oh, started as a board game. I didn't realize
that. Early strategy board games, including one called Civilization, and then Sid Meier wanted to develop a computer game based on that, and he created a franchise that's still going to this day. I
think because he called me out on it.
I think we're at 6 now.
Yeah, we're at 6, and because I always see on Switch, listener of ours, I want to say it's the Unfun Gamer because I think it's him. I don't know off the top of my head, so now he's going to yell at me.
If it's not, he'll correct you.
Oh, trust me, he will. But every time I log on, I always see him or whoever it is playing Civilization 6. So I never played any as well, but now that it's in the Hall of Fame, I want to take a shot at it now. So I don't know. I'll see if one of them goes on sale or something like that, or I find a good deal on it. But
well, I think
that's cool.
I think I have one on. I think it was like a free game for PlayStation at one point, so I may have one sitting there.
I want to find out that as well.
I think I do. But anyway, yeah. So Civilization, basically all about world building. You basically build your civilization, and the idea is,
God.
Yeah, you're playing God, and the idea is to keep your civilization alive and thriving. And again,
so mine won't last long.
No, basically no. But so Civilization, computer gaming world called it the best video game of all time in 1996.
Wow.
And let's see, the addiction related to this game. This is interesting. Because you can play the game continuously. It does not end.
Oh no, I get yeah.
So it's that's the whole idea. It's like you just keep going back. So as of 2022. The longest played game of Civilization went to a player in Civilization 2.
Oh, wow.
Who kept up a single game for 11 years.
Wow.
11 years continuous gaming. The original copy of Civilization sold 1.5 million copies.
Okay. As
of today, they have sold over 50 million copies of various civilizations with more than 66 versions of the game across multiple platforms.
Wow.
Yeah, that's solid.
Very cool.
Yep. So
okay.
So Civilization, definitely you've more than earned your way into the so congratulations. And if anything, Larry, I think maybe we should play, and I don't know if there's like a multiplayer version, but like we should have our civilizations war with each other and see what happens.
Can you imagine? That'd be awesome. Now I want to try that.
Yeah, exactly. I want flying horses and flaming swords though.
Flying horses? What? It's a unicorn.
No, it'd be like I want like the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Oh, I thought you were going to load them up on catapults and just launch them over towards me.
No. I wouldn't mind.
What are those?
I wouldn't mind flying unicorns with flaming horns.
Oh, wow. That is a badass unicorn. Okay.
Well, you know what? I'm sure if there were unicorns, they'd be really pissed off at how like tame we make them sound. So, I want bloodthirsty unicorns.
Oh my God! What are those things what are the unicorns of the ocean? Oh, what are those things called?
Narwhals.
Yes, narwhals.
How about unicorns and narwhals teaming up? Like I want a video game where unicorns and narwhals take over the world.
A, I'm pretty sure there's one out there. But B, if not, that is a concept that is just left on the table.
Yes. Yes. All right. So
Narwhals.
moving on from some, I don't know how we get.
Narwhals living in the ocean.
I don't know
Okay.
how we get on these tangents, but
I love it.
okay. All right. So moving on from civilization, that was the first one. All right. Second,
We're trying to
we're
move
trying
on from
we're trying to move-
civilization.
we're trying to move on, but if somebody played the game for 11 years, we can talk about it for more than 5 minutes.
This is true.
All right. Moving on to the second game that got into the Video Game Hall of Fame this year. This is a game that I definitely played when I thought it would help me lose weight, and it did not. But I didn't play it long enough. But I have heard great stories from people, and again, has been around for a very, very long time. Dance Dance Revolution has made it into the Video Game Hall of Fame.
Very good, very
Yep.
good. Yeah, that when we talked about the nominees a few weeks ago, or like a month ago, or something like that, you were talking about how yes, you definitely had a few copies of Dance Dance. I think you even imported. Oh, it was one of the first games you've imported.
It was one of the first games I imported on my Dreamcast, actually, and I had the hard plastic platforms.
Yeah, that I don't remember. That's
I
what
had the
that
actual
bugs me.
plastic platforms to do the dancing on them.
Yeah.
Issue with those were they were plastic, so they broke. So they didn't have a very long shelf life. But Dance Dance Revolution, again, probably better known as an arcade game, obviously,
totally.
because of how big it is and it has a whole dance floor to it.
Yep.
But became an absolute phenomenon. To this day, you still see Dance Dance Revolution in arcades, and not only that, but you see people mastering the damn thing.
Oh my god! I mean, thank God they got the bar behind them, which I still think is cheating. I'm going on record. This is the second time I'm doing this today. Going on record and saying holding the bar in Dance Dance Revolution behind you, I think is cheating.
Okay. Well, since you don't thoroughly research anything that you go on record with means nothing, so it's fine.
It turns into Irish dancing at that point because you're just moving your legs.
So?
I'm just saying, like the rest of your body.
What are you supposed to do with the rest of your body while you're stomping up, down, left, right, up?
Doing all these things and everything and jiving and stuff.
And there's your exercise for today.
I am winded. All right, I really am winded. No, but with Dance, and I mentioned it before. I remember it was a few months ago when I went to an arcade out here, Round One. There's one out here on Long Island, and I saw some kids. Playing Dance Dance, but they were also live streaming or recording at the same. Like they had this. I don't know if they just like asked to wall off or section off this part of the arcade, but because they had some contraptions and everything. But yeah, the fact that I just see that younger generation playing Dance Dance, and I mean, but all the time, it still amazes me. You just get those people, it's like, just going nuts on it. And but it was a very cool game, very fun game. Yeah. I don't think I've ever maybe once I officially played it with the dance pad. Okay. Yeah, beyond that, I'll stick with the controller.
Okay. Well, I can say that I have played it with the dance pad. I've also played it in the arcade. I've also watched actual like really good players play the game in Japan.
That's right. I can't even imagine what that looked like.
Oh, no, it was just like first off the line.
No, I'm saying how good they were and everything.
Yeah, but also the line of players waiting to go. And it was standard. It looked to me like they were almost playing like there's like a setup standard rules where it's like winner stays, loser steps.
Oh, gotcha. Like battle, yeah.
Yeah, basically like that's kind of how it would go. And then there were just some moments where like I would literally sit there mesmerized and my boss was standing next to me and she's like, wow, she's like, what are they doing? I'm like, they're playing a video game. She couldn't kind of wrap her head around. Like, that's really cool. I was like, yeah, because he was going crazy with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, just it still permeates Japanese culture and American culture everywhere. Actually, the game originally came out in Japanese arcades in September 1998. It was the second rhythm-based game from Konami, actually. The first one was Beat Mania. Do you remember Beat Mania?
I do remember Beat Mania. I remember seeing it in arcades.
Where you were the DJ and you spun
the
tracks. Dance Dance was their second rhythm-based game, and obviously they didn't need to make anything after that because it's still going on today. I don't think I've ever gotten 100% in the game.
All the various different versions have come out. The Disney version, the Mario version.
Yeah.
Other ones.
Yeah, all kinds. And then, of course, what I said earlier, like I was joking about it, I go, but a lot of people used Dance Dance Revolution for exercise.
I believe that, yeah.
They used that, in 2007, New York Times reported that more than 1,500 U.S. high schools plan to incorporate it into fitness programs. physical
I
fitness programs
yeah,
for high school students.
I
It's
got
just amazing.
no, it is.
Yeah.
And just real quick, just to put an exclamation point or period or whatever on
Mhm.
that statement. Like like all joking aside, and those watching on YouTube, obviously, um, like the last time that I was 100% serious about fitness and trying to actually move, to
Mhm.
lose weight and everything was a while ago, but it really was with the Wii Fit.
Mhm.
And so meaning what I'm saying is, like, if you're a video gamer, there's definitely things out there and ways to incorporate video games like Dance Dance Revolution, like Ring Fit Adventure, which
Mhm.
clearly I'm not using. And but the last time was when I was using a video game to move, and that was like the last time I actually was successful and actually getting compliments. So I totally believe that with Dance Dance Revolution, and it totally makes sense. So
Yeah.
that would have been awesome if they would have done that or still do it. So
Yeah, and it wouldn't surprise me if they still do. Other interesting things about it: in 2004, Dance Dance Revolution became an official sport in Norway, where they actually had sanctioned tournaments.
fair enough.
Konami also promoted the game as an e-sport with annual competitions in Tokyo.
Okay.
As of 2018, over 100 different versions of the game
Wow.
have been made, and that includes what you said. They've
Yeah.
done Disney versions, Hello Kitty versions. There's a Mario Brothers Dance Dance
Yep.
Revolution, and there's a Winnie the Pooh one, which I don't understand because Winnie doesn't like to move very much.
No, he doesn't.
He just likes to eat honey.
It's just him stuck in the hole.
There was a television show for a year or two in Japan.
Really?
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it's just let's see. Again, I'm getting all this from the Video Game Hall of Fame website, which is
Dance Dance Revolution is
museumofplay.org.
almost like the Monopoly of the video games with so many different versions.
Yeah, basically. And then Guinness World Record for Dance Dance Revolution. It was set in 2011. Alexander Skularek
Okay.
played the game for 16 hours, 18 minutes, and 9 seconds straight.
Why? Okay.
I really hope he played it on easy.
I really hope he was in fit shape.
I mean, he must have
Wow.
been eating while he was playing too, which I don't know how anybody can do that. So
That's
but
all
anyway,
right, it's there.
based on all that information I just gave you,
Very cool.
Yeah, it makes total sense. Dance Dance Revolution in the Video Game Hall of Fame.
Very
Well
cool.
deserved.
Yes.
All right, two more. To
All
go.
right, let's do it.
All right, I was going to save this one for last, but this is the one that I think we both know about because
Oh, okay.
I think they've placed it at the front of every article I've seen. So this game, obviously near and dear to my heart, arguably one of my favorite games of all time, The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, in the Video Game Hall of Fame. Absolutely well deserved.
Over deserving. Like, I don't know why it took this long for it to get in there, but yes, one of the greatest games of all time, one of the greatest Zelda games of all time.
Yep.
And a game that truly helped continue, literal game changer when everything was switching over to like that 3D. Super Mario 64 helped get it off up and running.
Mm-hmm.
And just Zelda showed that you can have this massive open world, right?
Open world-ish, yeah.
Adventure in 3D. So, and the story itself, forget about that. The story itself was 100% phenomenal.
No, the story was amazing. I want to say it was the first Zelda game to introduce the idea of time travel. I don't know if any other one of them did that. I know we did the light in the dark world type of thing.
Yeah, true. You're right. Yeah, light and dark. Yeah.
But this one was
the first
time travel.
You're right.
Where, like, Link literally jumps from being a child to an adult.
Yep.
So again, it also introduced the nuisance that is Navi.
And
Hey,
Tinkle, right?
Hey, listen.
Hey. Yeah. I can't go that hard.
Was this Tingle's first game? It might have been. Yeah.
No, Tinkle might have been. Now that I think about it, it might have been Majora. But Navi, nevertheless.
Yeah. Anyway, you got Navi. You got these. Yeah. Again, it took 3D gaming to a whole new level with like that open world type of feel to it. I just remember getting on Epona, the horse, and just like riding through the fields of Hyrule. Absolutely amazing. And to your point, The story was awesome. The time travel bit was great. It's definitely one of those ones. It's definitely one of those games like you want to go back and play again just for the pure joy of it.
I don't think I've ever gone back and played it again.
Oh, I have.
Like truly sat down and played it again.
Yeah, it's definitely worth revisiting.
Oh, it
just for
is.
the story.
And
And
I was gonna say when the game came out, I just remember I thought they made up this thing called an ocarina. I'm like, oh, okay, they just invented something, not realizing that this musical instrument's been around for like thousands of years.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's very simple to take something like that that most people aren't aware of, and then you just make it current. Games do it all the time. So so the ocarina became synonymous with the Legend of Zelda, and there is still, even to this day, when I went to the Renaissance Fair a couple weeks ago, plenty of places selling ocarinas because they're cool, and obviously, and a lot of them sell like the blue ocarina with the Triforce on it because of Zelda.
There was a story I heard, like there was a company, and this is way before the Zelda stuff and everything, that they were an online company that sold ocarinas. And then Ocarina of Time comes out, right? Mm-hmm. A game, massive success. And then like all of a sudden this website, which was an online website, so you got to think, it was like the mid 90s. So this is like very early on, like with online shopping and stuff. Mm-hmm. And like their sales all of a sudden literally started like doubling and tripling because they were probably the only company online at the time.
Probably.
Selling ocarinas. And the best part about it is they had no idea what The Legend of Zelda was. They were like, we just thought all of a sudden people were interested. We didn't know why. They didn't know what the game was. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, I mean the power of video gaming. It's just there's that effect.
So, very cool.
So Ocarina of Time won multiple Game of the Year awards in 1998 when it came out. Initially, the pre-orders in the U.S. set a record, more than 500,000 pre-orders.
Wow, I don't remember pre-ordering. I know Ocarina of Time is the first thing I ever purchased with my own credit card.
Oh, wow.
That I remember. I got the credit card in college. I was told by my parents to use it for emergency purposes only.
And that was
I had to get this game.
Yes. Well, no, that qualified. I would actually qualify that as an emergency. I'm sure if your parents knew that, they'd be mad. But,
I don't think they were too great. Well, they didn't get the bill, so it was okay.
Yeah, exactly. So what I find funny is that you had a credit card that early. I didn't get a credit card until like 2003 or 4.
Oh, trust me, there was like a $400 limit on it. So yeah, it was. I mean, I wish I never got it, but
my first card had a $200 limit. It was like super.
It was a pre-approved.
Yeah, it's like we don't trust you, college kid. But anyway, 500,000 pre-orders, over a million copies sold in the first week alone. Lifetime sales of 7.6 million units worldwide, which doesn't sound like a lot, but if you think back to when people bought consoles, it's actually pretty solid. Critics today still think Ocarina is one of the best games ever made.
100%,
which is absolutely, phenomenal in and of itself. It is also the game that wait, am I getting this right? I want to make sure I'm getting it right. This is
I just say stuff, so you can go. You can go ahead and do
that. See, but notice how Unfun Gamer never really yells at me because I like to check myself before I go. But
I like to wreck myself before I go.
You just wreck yourself straight off. But if I'm not mistaken, and correct me if I am wrong, Ocarina of Time is the precursor to Breath of the Wild, because Breath of the Wild takes place 100 years after Ocarina of Time. Or is it a different Zelda?
Well, no. It takes us 100 years after that Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity or whatever.
No, I thought
it also takes place. It also takes place about 3 years after someone had a terrible idea for a video game concept. So that as well.
Well, no, somebody who had a terrible idea for you.
I honestly I don't remember the link, no pun intended, between Ocarina, if there is or not. So, but I think be correct.
I think it was Ocarina of Time.
Yeah. And I know Anthony's now looking it up. For me,
we play the same Link from the Ocarina of Time who slept for 100 years. Yeah. So Breath of the Wild is essentially the sequel to Ocarina of Time. So we have two of the best games ever created linked together. I use the word linked. Haha. But which is really, really cool.
Okay.
And again, I can talk about Ocarina of Time for the whole show and be perfectly happy. But yeah, so Legends of the Ocarina of Time
Very cool. Congratulations.
absolutely belongs in the Hall of Fame. So we're happy you're
Very good.
there.
Very good.
Last but not least, and
All right.
I also saved this one for last because I don't want to talk much anymore. So I'm gonna pass this over to you.
Wow.
Well, no, I've been dominating the first half of the show, but the fourth and final game to make it into the Video Game Hall of Fame, the one, the only, the game that I have the high score on in your home.
No, boo.
Miss Pac-Man
Yes.
is in the Video Game Hall of Fame.
Oh, about time that this wonderful lady in my life.
I think they wanted to
gets some
space her out from regular Pac-Man going.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Plus, I don't know how sexist it is. The man had to go in first into the Hall of Fame first. Terrible, terrible.
What? Horrible. No. Miss Pac-Man.
Thank God they got divorced. That's why she's Ms.
That's why she's in Maze Madness now.
They don't tell you about that part.
No, it was a terrible divorce.
She's not Mrs. Pac-Man for a reason.
What? I didn't think of that. Oh. See, the difference between Pac-Man and Ms. Pac-Man is Ms. Pac-Man has a bow on her head.
Yes. Huge difference. Completely different.
I did not know that. No, Ms. Pac-Man, yes, my most cherished favorite arcade game of all time, and currently sitting with a terrible high score that's not mine on my own console, arcade one-up that I have.
It's beautiful.
Ms. Pac, remember Ms. Pac-Man started off really as kind of like a hack. There was this, I forgot the name of the company, so forget it. But there was, some former, I guess, people used to work in some gaming, kind of went off and made their own company where they would make like these ROM boards for arcade machines to kind of like change up the game enough where it's a new game. And what arcade owners liked about that was they can use the same cabinet, same everything, they just change out the board and they get a whole new game. So it's very inexpensive for them to do that. And then that's when Namco Bandai at the time was like, whoa, you cannot do this, but we like your idea for this weird new version of Pac-Man. And then they went on, they did the research, girls were in the arcade games, places, I meant, a lot more at the time. So they wanted to focus on, with the women playing, with the girls playing. So that's where like the Ms. Pac-Man came back, because you got to remember it was the early 80s. So everyone's like, Ms. Pac-Man, what? But this game to me is just so heads above regular Pac-Man as far as the different zones. You get the different mazes, the difficulty levels ramped up a little bit, and it's also again the only, because I don't think, now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever come across a hyperspeed Pac-Man, a sped up Pac-Man. No. I probably have, but I don't remember. But growing up, I only remember, which was, I don't know if it was a hack or if it was something to do with the dip switches, but that sped up version of Ms. Pac-Man. As I mentioned before, I can't play regular Ms. Pac-Man on regular speed, normal speed. I tried it on my own machine and in a couple of arcades, like whenever I come across it in the wild. I can't do it. But sped up Ms. Pac-Man, I'm all in. So long overdue for Ms. Pac-Man. One of the greatest arcade games of all time. I'll say that. Yep. And congratulations, though, for entering into the Hall of Fame.
Yes. And it happened 7 years after Pac-Man was put into the Hall of Fame.
Can I put a sticker now on my arcade machine that says, Hall of Fame 2022?
It can. And then you can also put a sticker on there that says forever, forever champion, Anthony.
Not forever.
Forever. You will not.
I do remember one of my greatest moments, almost greatest moments, because of course, I always come up just a little bit short.
Of course.
I remember one summer back in Brooklyn, one of the seasons for the Brooklyn Cyclones. And for those not in Brooklyn Cyclones was a single A division for the Mets. Very, the bottom of the minor league baseball. But it was baseball back in Brooklyn. Like for the first 6 or 7 years, it was the hottest thing going during the summer. This place got jam-packed. One summer, they did a Ms. Pac-Man tournament. And basically what would happen is they had an arcade machine. You're allowed one free play. And whoever got the high score for the summer kept the machine.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, I am all in. And I just remember, I don't remember the score. I do remember it was over 200,000
Okay.
and maybe even over like almost like 250,000. I'm not even exaggerating. It was like
Okay.
one of my best games ever.
Mm-hmm.
The high score for the day got like a t-shirt, which is now long gone. But the high score for the summer would have gotten the arcade. But I think I came in like fourth or fifth.
Oh, wow. Okay.
No, I was close, but not
Mm-hmm.
close enough. But that was probably like my best moment. And then, of course, the cocktail table Ms. Pac-Man I saw at the first Long Island Retro Gaming Expo that I still kick myself for not buying.
Right.
I just didn't have the room, though, at the time, so it would have been stupid. But
That's when you throw
nevertheless.
out furniture.
No, that was when I was living in the basement, so I couldn't
Yeah.
fit anything
No,
else.
no, that's when you throw out furniture.
Furniture. I had one love seat.
Yeah. Well, who needs the love seat? You get a gaming table and 2 chairs and you're set.
Oh,
But yeah, so Miss Pac-Man.
yes, very good.
Yeah. Let's see. Just some numbers and stuff. Over 125,000 cabinets sold within the first 5 years of its release.
Nice.
And made over $1.2 billion in the first 5 years alone. So we're talking 5 years in the 80s.
Yeah.
$1.2 billion.
Quarters. Yep.
It became the 4th best-selling arcade game of all time.
Okay.
Behind fellow video game Hall of Famers, Pac-Man, Space Invaders, and Street Fighter 2.
Interesting.
Yep. And let's see. Yeah, I mean, there's not much more you can really say about Miss Pac-Man except absolutely amazing, belongs in the Hall of Fame. Introduced a new ghost to the canon of the Pac-Man world because Blinky, Pinky, and Inky returned from Pac-Man.
Oh,
but
Sue.
then instead of Clyde, right? Was it Clyde?
Sue.
The red one?
Yeah, Clyde.
Yeah, you got Sue, the orange one.
Okay. Yes.
You got Sue, so you got a female ghost.
There we go.
So
Who does not have a bow on her head?
Who does not have a bow on her head?
No.
It was Pac-Man's first wife. We won't say what happened. But anyway, Miss Pac-Man, the 4th and final inductee for this year's
Very good.
Hall of Fame, and that concludes the 2022 Hall of Fame.
Awesome. And folks, first of all, congratulations to everyone. And I think with that, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Support for the Retro Gamers podcast is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Manscaped offers precision engineering tools for your family jewels. Manscaped recently launched the Ultimate Men's Hygiene Bundle, the Performance Package. Join over 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you, 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code RETROGAMERS, all one word, at manscaped.com.
Wow.
And as you can see, I got a second week here of a nicely, freshly shaven face.
Yeah. So now, are you officially using the lawnmower for that?
Well, no. Well, I did it first because the lawnmower, because I had that not thick, but I definitely had a bushier beard. Amongst other things, bushier beard. So the lawnmower definitely, I mean, honestly, it just sliced right through it. It melted through the beard to cut it off. And then I purchased, which I am loving right now, the Plow 2.0, which is their double-edged safety razor, which for those of you who use safety razors, not those, multi-blade cartridges, but I think now they're up to like 7 or 8 blades in a cart or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But just a single blade is all you need. The blades from Manscaped, because it comes with 3 blades, the Plow 2.0. Some of the sharpest that I've worked with, and I've been using these safety razors for a long time now. I left cartridges years ago. And just the weight of the Plow 2.0 helps shave, really gets a close shave. I really didn't go too far into it, just kind of like just one pass, but even that one pass was worth it for the night. So I'm very happy about that. And with, again, the Lawnmower 4.0, it's not just for the one area. If you just, if you're a swimmer maybe, and you want to get rid of, you want to be more aerodynamic, shave those arms, shave those legs. A friend of mine actually did that in college. It was very weird.
Well, it's not weird. I mean, it's one of those imperatives with the sport. So
it was weird seeing him.
Oh, okay, got you. But yeah, no, I mean, I will say I'm a big fan of the lawnmower. was it Lawnmower 4.0?
4.0, yeah.
Yeah, mostly because I've tried other electric razors before.
Mm-hmm.
In most cases, they have not gone well.
No, yeah, no.
Yeah, so no, I will say that this one's definitely been working. I do like the skin safe technology that they promote is definitely case in point. I haven't had an accident yet.
Very good. No, it reduces nicks, snags, and tugs, not only with the Lawnmower 4.0, but also the Weed Whacker, you know, to help with the, here, you want me to zoom in? I worked on it.
No, you don't have to do that. But I will say this, I will say this though about the Weed Whacker, because I've, before getting the Weed Whacker, like I would just use like a regular razor for my, well, no, not for my ear.
No, I know. I know.
Yeah. So I would be very, very careful, but I can't tell you how many times I cut my ear while I was just trying to. Just trying to trim it down. And you know, tweezers hurt. So so I will say though, again, the Weed Whacker to me, I use that more right now than the lawnmower.
Okay, fair enough.
Just to keep everything nice and trim up here.
That works.
You know, it's all about the here money, right?
Yes, the yes.
No, don't
the
say
money
that.
thing.
I know what you're going to say. I know what you're going to say. Not saying that.
And as we mentioned earlier in the show, as we get older, there's a lot more hair that comes out of parts of your your face and of your body. Yeah. You're like, wait a minute, I didn't even think that was possible.
Yeah, and it's just not fair.
No,
but thankfully, you know, you have companies like Manscaped,
yes,
who have products that actually work. And then you know, on top of that, we talked about this recently too, but with the crop reviver toner,
yes,
and the crop preserver, right?
Yep.
So you can have everything smelling nice and clean after you're done
and feels good. Just let you know what it with the Performance Package 4.0 includes, because you will get the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, you get the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer. As Anthony just said, the Crop Preserver Bowl Deodorant, the Crop Reviver Toner, Performer Boxer Briefs. Oh,
you haven't taken them out yet?
No, not yet. I'm waiting for that special moment.
Okay.
And a travel bag. Oh, travel bag's too far away.
Travel bag's too far away for you.
No, it's not.
Oh, there you go.
Actually, I love this travel bag.
Actually took just a little effort, huh?
Yeah, it did. Well, as we know. I love this. Is going to be my new DOP kit when I go traveling. So
yeah, no, it's actually, I actually like it a lot too, and I'm traveling soon. So I do plan on using that, which is great.
Cool. And I do know some, actually, and this is all in reality, a couple of our listeners have picked up the Performance Package. And yes, they are loving it. Maybe we can get some testimonials from them next time. But I definitely know. Yeah. So pretty cool.
Yeah. No, all in all, really, really cool. And remember, you know, you can get 20% off and free shipping with the code RetroGamers at manscaped.com. That's 20% off for free shipping. Use the code RetroGamers, unlock your confidence, and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
All right, so we're going to start to get ready to wrap this up. Before we get into news, just want to mention something real quick, kind of to continue a little bit from last week. Last week's episode, we were talking about re-releases versus original cartridges and stuff like that. It can even dip into digital versus physical.
Yep.
And since that episode, boy, there's going to be a lot of people mad at me.
What did you do?
I have recently made the decision.
Oh, no.
Due to, again, this is I would say 70-50.
70-50.
Due to spatial issues where I'm running out of space to store stuff. And the fact that I kind of sat there going, you know what? I just have so many different versions of this. I am converting now when I say a lot, it's, you know, maybe like 20, 25 games from physical to digital. And there's even some games on older consoles I have cartridges for that I have re-releases on modern consoles that I'm very happy with, that I think I'm going to look to sell back.
What?
Yeah, so
no.
It started...
Okay, look, we've had this discussion before. Sell the pops.
No, these are my children. and they're going to wage war on your
Sell
civilization
your
very
children.
soon. Would not be above that. No, all right. So here's my mentality. Here's what's happening. So it started off first with the 3DS. Okay, I was looking at the 3DS. I had my 3DS. And I have like 65 games for the 3DS.
Okay.
Excuse me. Between the DS and 3DS, as far as physical cards, physical cartridges. Okay, and I had a little storage that I had. It was like 3 different storages, and I was looking for something new to condense the storage. Again, this is all trying to condense to make things a lot easier in this apartment. So I found online a very cool zipper case that holds like 65 carts. That's right. I have at 69 cartridges because I was 4 over.
Okay.
So I just so happened to come across an article, like an old article, that showed how you can transfer your saves from a 3DS cartridge to the 3DS digital version of the game.
Okay.
Now, yes, before you ask, and I know everyone's thinking, so there's 4 or 5 games I converted.
Okay.
And I'm talking like New Super Mario Bros. 2, Super Street Fighter 4 3DS Edition, Mario Party, the best 100 games, whatever it's called, Mario Kart 7, and something else. Yes, I had to pay for the digital games. Now, some of them were on sale already. Some were full price. But I paid for them again. Yes. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to look to sell back the cards. Mm-hmm. So, look, it's an investment in my head to do all this. Also, I'm doing it with some Wii games. I don't have the cases anymore, right? I showed you a couple weeks ago I bought those new cases, those new like Rolodex things, kind of sort of. And again, I kind of ran out of room because I shockingly I did my math wrong when I was trying to figure out how many of these I needed.
Oh, you don't say.
So I was short, like I was over by like 6 or 7 games. So I went to the Wii, and the Wii you can buy digitally on the Wii U. Mm-hmm. So I updated those. Kirby's Epic Yarn, Super Paper Mario, Super Mario Galaxy, but for a different reason. Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles, and something else. I'm getting rid of the physical CDs. I have the digital copies now on the Wii U. And I'm comfortable with that. And I made room. That's what it's all about, is making room. Yes, I had to pay basically full price for the digital copies. But the saves automatically carried over, so that's good. Then I'm looking through and I'm like, well, I already have the Castlevania collection on the Switch, which comes with Bloodlines. I have a physical copy of Castlevania Bloodlines. I don't really maybe need the physical copy because I'm very happy with the Switch version. Same goes with another very popular title that I can't remember right now. Oh, Contra Hardcore. I have the Contra collection. I have Contra Hardcore physical. I don't know if I need both of those. I still have all the physical copies. They have not left my apartment. But boy, do I already have the digital versions. This is where I'm at right now. I'm getting ready to get rid of a lot of 3DS, Wii, a few GameCubes, which I'll talk to you about off air, and a couple of physical copies. I need the room. It's not a money thing. Well, after rebuying them, maybe a money thing. But I need the room. And I'm kind of feeling comfortable about this. I don't know, though. Like, is my feeling going to change if I get to the store to maybe sell them back, or if I go on eBay to sell them? Am I going to feel differently about it? I don't know. But that's where I'm at. I'm converting. I'm going digital. Well, for some of it. Solfies. So where are you going? What happened? He just took his headphones off. Anthony just left the podcast. A, rude. B, he just left. I can't believe it. I just had a suggestion. Not a suggestion, but something that I did. I don't think he's coming back. He might be heading to New York right now. Well, folks, out there, I'm curious about your opinions. Again, this is all storage related. I'm even debating Soul Feast. Now, Soul Feast was a pack-in game on the Sega CD, which I have a copy of. I also now have a copy of it on the Evercade Versus, and they're both wonderful versions. You know, I don't know. But this is where I don't think he's coming back. Okay. Haven't gotten a message or anything, so this may be legit, folks. Oh, there he is. Okay, thank God. Maybe he went to the bathroom.
No, I did not. I went to go scream into a void because clearly, you are out of your mind.
Listen, I even started debating about. I have all 3 Turtles on NES.
No,
and the Cowabunga collection is coming out.
We've had discussions so many times on this show.
I know
about regret for trading in your original games, and now here we are having the same conversation. Wait.
Yeah. I am.
We're having the same conversation just because 4 games don't fit in your new
it really was a massive landslide of
but that's your logic is not sound. 4 games don't fit in my new spindle, therefore I'm going to go spend money buying these games again and then selling the ones that don't fit in the spindle.
Well, at least I get some money back, don't get me wrong.
It makes no sense.
But where else I'm gonna have like these?
Buy another spindle.
Well, no, not the spindle. First, it started with the 3DS, and so I'm gonna have these 4 loose little cartridges around.
Yes. And it makes it does not justify buying those games again just to sell back the cartridges because I have 4 loose games. You're telling me those are the only loose games you have in your collection?
No. So here's the other side
loose up here.
All right, we're going long, folks. We're going. No, and all my marbles, most of my marbles are there, and they're smooth too. So thank you, Manscaped.
The only thing I sense here is Marble Madness.
No, I'm keeping that one. So here's the other thing, and this might be almost like you kind of jokingly before, like, oh, sell your children. I don't feel as close to the 3DS and even the Wii discs.
Mm-hmm.
Those don't bother me as much to get rid of, to change to digital. Yeah, am I seriously contemplating Contra Bloodline, Contra Hardcore, Castlevania Bloodline, the 3 Turtle NES games? Those, I'm like, I got them in the pile. I'm thinking about it, but I don't know. Maybe I'll change my mind when I get there. But honestly, 3DS, Wii, and even the GameCubes, like Super Mario Sunshine. All right, I have it now on the 3D All Stars.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine with that. It really doesn't bother me. Wind Waker. I have Wind Waker HD on Wii U. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I even mentioned this last week. I'm like, I even asked you. I'm like, Aunt, like, do you feel different about like a cartridge versus a CD? And I don't know. Maybe for me, and it's just from Wii on, it's not bugging me. Like I picked up on the original Xbox. Mm-hmm. And granted, it was like $5. It was on sale. But I bought the digital version of Knights of the Old Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic.
Mm-hmm.
I have the CD, but you know, for $5, right now I fully have it digital.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even thinking twice about Wii on. But and I wonder if anyone else, like even at home, like you know, like as it gets newer, like at what point do you feel like, all right, I'm not worried about these type of games anymore? But no. Like the Genesis cartridges and the NES cartridges, I'm gonna double check those.
Mm-hmm.
So,
okay,
but that's where I'm at right now.
All right. Well, where you're at is completely wrong. The fact that you can sit in front of like 10,000 pop figures and talk about how you need to make space in your apartment because a CD doesn't fit in a spindle makes no sense whatsoever. I just want to point that out. Or a 3DS cartridge, which is about the size of maybe this flash drive. This is taking up too much space in your apartment, but all of those figures behind you, that's okay.
You should see the amount of pop vinyls I have in my closet in the back. I have
but
almost 550 pop vinyls. No, I know what you're talking about.
Right, I understand that, but
I know.
But this is the real space saver. If I get rid of this, I have saved so much space in my apartment. Larry.
All right, first of all, I could lose the 3DS cartridges. Okay, they're tiny. I could lose them. It's easy to lose. So at least now I have them all on my 3DS. Well,
at least
whatever I have.
At least when you lose them, they'll just go wherever your mind is, because that sucker's been lost for years.
Okay, hold on. Here. Super Mario All-Stars was re-released on the Wii.
Yes.
Okay. Now, yes, it came with a
Super Mario 3D All-Stars, right?
No. Super Mario All-Stars.
Oh,
the one from Super Nintendo.
Okay.
For the 20th anniversary or 25th anniversary, they re-released it on the Wii. Mm-hmm. Okay. Came with a very cool music CD, with music from Super Mario Brothers. Okay.
Yep.
The game itself is literally the Super Nintendo game. Nothing new, nothing added, nothing different at all.
Mm-hmm.
So that game is no different than the one on the Switch, on the Super NES library. And now I don't have a physical copy anyway right now of it.
Right.
On Super Nintendo. But it's no different than the Switch. So, I mean, why keep the Wii version then?
Okay. I'll put this in a perspective. Maybe you'll understand. Do you have a pop vinyl?
Stop bringing the pop vinyls in.
Hold on. Do you have a pop figure of a character or a celebrity where they've made multiple versions over time? So is there like a 2010 version of Britney Spears and a 2020 version of Britney Spears?
Okay, look.
No. Yes or no?
What?
Yes or no?
Yes, but not in that way.
Wait, stop. Why would you keep the old pop vinyl when you have a newer version of the same pop vinyl?
I might be able to show you.
No.
But that's different because I have
How is it different?
Oops, I did it again, Britney.
Okay.
I have a Slave for You, Britney.
Okay.
And I have a, Hit Me Baby One More Time, Britney.
Okay.
Those are different.
So how is that different? Wait, hold on.
I'm listening.
Explain to me how that's different from Super Mario All-Stars on the Super Nintendo, Super Mario All-Stars on the Wii, and Super Mario All-Stars on the Switch.
Okay, so now I'm bringing out my pops. Okay, and I'm going to answer that question. I have 2 Jeff Dunham pops. Okay?
Yep.
So, and I know this is for YouTube, but here's Jeff Dunham. They're both signed actually by chance.
Okay.
Here's Jeff Dunham with, who's this? With Peanut. Okay. Mm-hmm. But then he put out another one, which is basically still Jeff Dunham.
Yeah.
The human being looks the same. But now he's got Walter.
Okay.
So these are 2 different pops.
Okay. But now compare those to your Super Nintendo console and your Nintendo Wii console. Hold on.
Can I physically get up and get something to answer that question?
No, I'm asking you, are they 2 different consoles?
Yes, they're different consoles.
Okay. So because they're 2 different consoles and you have
3 different consoles at this point.
Or 3 at this point with the Switch. Okay. The game may be the same, but it's on different consoles. So it's a different cartridge, it's a different venue. That's the point I'm trying to make. Like in terms of collecting, the way you collect your pop vinyls, from a collector standpoint, why would you get rid of them?
Now, you say that, I'm still holding on to my Super Mario Brothers cartridges, 1, 2, and 3,
right?
Because I went to grab them.
Oh boy!
But I'm like, there are some games that I don't mind. Talking about the Contra series, I have Contra Super C.
I really wish this was alcohol right now.
A Contra Super C and Probotector. I have those 3 in box.
Yeah.
Okay, I love Contra. Yes, I know, hardcore. Okay, whatever. But I it's a Genesis game. All Genesis games come in cartridges, come in the boxes. But some games I was thinking about holding on to, and it's also just like, all right, I love the Turtles. I wasn't in love with the first game. I'm not in love with the third game. All right, maybe the second game, the arcade game, was cool. Maybe hold on to that. Again, situations I might change my mind once I get ready to part with these. But something like Super Mario All-Stars is literally the exact same thing from what I have right now. Like if Super Mario All-Stars had like a bonus feature on it or something. I'm not even talking about the CD, but I don't even have a CD player that plays music anymore. So, but you know, if there was something extra to it, that'd be a different situation. But it is quite literally the exact same game where people actually panned the version saying there's nothing different about it, but be that as it may. So that's why I'm like, all right, I already have this. I don't need this because the CD alone, again, I don't have the box. The boxes are gone long ago for the Wii's. So it's literally now just the CD.
Right.
And the CD would have been the exact same thing if I had the physical cartridge. And it's the exact same thing that I have on the Switch. And to me, you know, there's just... To me, there's no need for it because by the time the Switch is done, by the time the Switch Online is done or whatever, you know, that's years down the road. God knows if I'm still going to have my Wii. God knows if I'm still going to be here. And, you know, at this point...
But your pop vinyls will survive.
I'm going to be buried with them. That is already in my living will. You know, or I can give them to my godson. He can pay for college.
I was going to say, it'll be an interesting it'll be an interesting mausoleum when people walk in.
So that's where I'm at. The 3DS, I'm not turning back on. The Wii games, not turning back on. The other stuff, we'll see what happens. Okay. But I need the room.
I'm really thankful that we're not recording this in the same room or even in the same state. Because if I were close enough to drive, which I may do anyway, I would just come over and confiscate your collection because you do not deserve to collect. You do not deserve to collect when you talk about making space by removing cartridges that are about an inch tall. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it up to our listeners and watchers to comment on whether Larry's rationale is sound in the sense of he needs to get rid of these games to make space in his apartment. What do you guys think of that? Let's hear from you. And on that note, Larry, I really think we should close the show.
I'm also getting rid of the 32X games that I have. Forgot about that.
I'm going to hit you.
I don't have a 32X. Alrighty. And where can they chime in on this situation? Or do you want, or, I mean, are we done? Are we just wrapping this up at this point?
No, we're so wrapping.
Okay, all right.
All right. And I really want to hear people chime in. And so please, you guys can chime in on Facebook.com/Retro Gamers Podcast, on Instagram @Retro Gamers Podcast, on Twitter @Retro Gamers Pod. You can listen to us wherever you listen to a podcast, and you can comment there. You can also watch us on YouTube and comment there. Or you can send Larry a very special email at email@theretrogamers.com, where you can use any language you want.
I think in the end, I will be justified.
And speaking of justification, let's close the show on this note. You're the one who's been complaining about how Zelda Breath of the Wild is a terrible, terrible game, even though people are raving over it as one of the best games ever created. We now have confirmation from one of your best friends in the world, Stone Cold Steve Austin, says that Legend of Zelda: The Breath of the Wild is the best Zelda game. And you can't even argue that because that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so. And with that, we will catch you next week on the Retro Gamers Podcast.